I'm a chief curator of Nara National Museum. Today, I will talk about Shosoin treasures. Shosoin is a Japanese pronunciation of Zhongzhangyuan. So, the Shosoin was built as a repository for the temple of Todaiji in the 8th century. This is Todaiji. Shosoin stay here. And do my office, Nara National Museum, here. So from Shosoin to Nara National Museum, very close. Todaiji is a large temple complex in the city of Nara that was established by Emperor Shomu. This is Emperor Shomu. The name of Shosoin became world-renowned because it contains numerous treasures from the 8th century. Today, as many as 9,000 objects remain. The most important treasures are Emperor Shomu's personal items donated in 756. In addition, there are religious offerings dedicated by the aristocracy, Buddhist implements, tools belonging to government officials and artisans, documents written at Todaiji, sutras, maps, and other items. The Shosoin treasures are not exclusively Japanese. They are also world treasures. The reason is that the repository contains items imported from such places as China, Korean Peninsula, and Sasanian Persia. The greatest number of items were produced in Japan, but even among these are not one that has not been influenced by other countries. Truly, the Shosoin is a crystal of 8th century Asian culture. It is also known as the final stop on the Shosoin. In the 8th century, Japan sent envoys to Tang China, where they learned of Tang culture and government, scholarship, Buddhism, and the like. In Tang, and cosmopolitan culture prospered, bringing together people and things from around the world. The envoys brought back this international culture along with objects, documents, and the like. Since the envoys were official government ambassadors, when they returned, they reported to the emperor and presented him with items they had picked up. A portion of these were placed in the Shosoin. I will introduce some representative treasures that speak of the Silk Road culture. Transparent glass bowl. The surface of this transparent glass bowl has been shaped into 80 circular planes. This was not one Emperor Shomu's treasures. We don't know who donated it to the Shosoin or when. It is made from alkali lime glass, which is technique used in the western regions of Asia. Since many similar bowls have been discovered in Iran, so it is thought that this piece was produced in Sasanian Persia around the 5th or 6th century. In other words, this bowl traveled the Silk Road across the Eurasian continent to the easternmost point, and from there, crossed the sea to Japan. Red sandal 5-stringed biwa. Biwa, we say biwa, pipa. Pipa 的例如的发音是 biwa. This is one of the Emperor Shomu's possessions. This 5-stringed biwa is the only one preserved in the world from ancient times. Biwa had either 4 strings or 5 strings. It is claimed that the 4-stringed biwa originated in Persia, and the 5-stringed biwa came from India. The 5-stringed biwa seems to have been transmitted from India across western regions of Central Asia to China. Since a 5-stringed biwa was depicted on the walls of Kizil Cave. This is a 5-stringed biwa. Where was this biwa made? This one. Where was this biwa made? My guess is that it might have been made in a workshop related to the emperor in Chang'an. The reason is that the mother of pearl flower motif seen on the back of the biwa, this one, resembles the motif of the stand for the stele made by Emperor Xuanzong in 745 of the classic on filial piety. She died Shaojing. Presumably, this biwa was made in a workshop in the vicinity of the emperor, and envoy carried it back to Japan. This is a Prefectural guard on the biwa. It shows a figure riding a camel strumming on a 4-stringed biwa, a perfect description of the Silk Road. Bag for a biwa. The fabric is a semite with a design of a gorgeous large circular flower on a blue ground. Originally, it was part of a bag for a biwa. This is replica. What? This is replica. Replica? No, reproduction. This is original. Originally, it was a part of the bag for a biwa, but at present, the seam stitches have come apart, and it is kept as individual pieces of cloth. This semite is the finest of numerous examples in Shosoin. This 3-dimensional expression of the flower suggests it was produced in Tang, China. It is not known which biwa was placed in this bag, but presumably one that was brought from China. Embroidered slippers. Although these shoes are among the treasures belonging to Emperor Shomu, since this is their women's slippers, I think they must have been favorite items of his Empress consort, Komyo. These slippers have a hemp cloth base on which semite fabric were pasted, and flower decoration attached as the toes. The flowers are embellished with embroidery. Very similar slippers have been excavated at tomb in Astana, Turfan in Xinjiang. And I found another object there. Based on this, the Shosoin slippers are also thought to be Chinese products. Screen panel with wax-resist design of a ram under a tree. Emperor Shomu used this screen. Originally, 6 such panels were joined to make a folding screen. This. A dignified ram with curled horns stands under a tree. Although this type of ram depiction can be found in Sasanian Persia. But without question, the screen is of Japanese production, made in Japan, because there is a sign of Japanese who made this screen. Because it was done on Japanese silk, presumably someone studying in town made sketches of the popular international motif and designs and brought them to Japan in a sketchbook. Felt rug. This rug is made of sheep's wools that have been felted. The Shosoin contains 45 felt rugs. This one depicts youth playing polo, and flowers. It is thought that all the felt in Shosoin was produced outside Japan. The reasons are: first, in ancient Japan, there was no custom of raising sheep. Second, plant seeds that are not native to Japan were found. こっちか。这是没有日本。听说这个大陆的植物，And third, records remain attesting to the fact that Japan bought the rugs from Silla on the Korean peninsula. This is a list what Japanese people bought from Silla, Korean peninsula. This is kasen. This is rug. Rug. This it means rug. どこSo it is unknown if Silla was a producer or simply a trade post along the way, and the actual place of production was different. The Shosoin treasures are cared for by the Office of the Shosoin within the Imperial Household Agency. At present, the treasures are stored in a reinforced concrete repository. This is recent to repository, 现在的中山院的仓库。Which is opened every year for 2 months of October and November. This is a ceremony of open door. The doors are repository. The doors of the repository can be opened with imperial permission. He is a messenger of the Tianhuang, emperor. Yes, emperor. Locking the doors with an imperial seal has continued for more than 1,200 years. 这里有天皇的封的他写的字，所以我们不能打开。对。 During the 2 months that the repository doors are open, scholars from the office of the Shosoin checked the storage condition and conduct research. During this time, the Nara National Museum also mounts an exhibition of treasures. The Shosoin exhibition is an annual affair. The period is very short, just 17 days, and the number of the objects ranges from 60 to 70 items. As a rule, once a piece has been exhibited, it will not be shown again for 10 years. So even if you attend the exhibition repeatedly over many years, you will always find new treasures. The selection of the items to be shown in each exhibition is done by the employees at the office of the Shosoin, giving full consideration to the balance of types of treasures. For example, they might choose several each from the folding screens, and mirrors, musical instruments, Buddhist implements, and documents, so that a single visit will give the viewer an image of the range of the Shosoin collection. Because the Shosoin treasures are supervised by the Imperial Household Agency, they are treated differently from general Japanese cultural properties, which are under Ministry of Culture. The Imperial Household Agency surveillance is very strict, so the treasures have never been shown outside of Japanese National Museum. The annual Shosoin exhibition is the only chance to see them. I have introduced the Silk Road culture as seen in the Shosoin treasures and the Shosoin exhibition. Through this, I trust you are able to understand that the Shosoin treasures are not just the cultural heritage of Japan, but of the whole world. Unfortunately, there is a limit to the exposure of the treasures to the public, since scholars do not have free access to research the treasures. The reality is that even in Japan, there are few Shosoin scholars. Still fewer come from the rest of the world. Hereafter, I hope that the study of the Shosoin will spread to other countries surmounting various worlds. Thank you very much. 还有一个，今年的仲裁委员长从11月26号到11月14号，没有休馆。今年，那个新的天皇的今年的特别奖，所以通勤也有仲裁委员长。通勤的仲裁委员长要主办这个无限的琵琶，还有什么？啊，这个也在通勤主办，所以请你们到东京和奈良看仲裁院的文物，谢谢大家。